Welcome, everybody, to the Genesis Mindset. And in this particular episode, I'm going to be talking about the resurrection of BLUBI. So, a very, very interesting phenomena has occurred on the Basechain, and this is the resurrection of BLUBI. So, BLUBI was a video that I did the other day, or it was a token for a video that I did the other day saying this could be the next 100x gem. Now, I did that. I honestly, genuinely believed with what I was seeing that, hey, this could actually be a 100x gem. I didn't own any tokens at that particular time. And full disclosure, now I do own some tokens for a very specific reason. And so this is not necessarily why I'm doing the video. I'm actually really curious about this phenomenon because I was approached by the community saying, hey, come back. We're bringing it back together. It's a community takeover. And I'd never witnessed anything like this. I've never been a part of anything like that. So I'm really just reporting what it means to be part of the community takeover. So all I'm going to be doing is giving my very honest opinion on how this community could potentially actually grow from my perspective and what I think that they can do to actually help it to grow, because it's honestly not going to be easy. That's just my opinion. So with that, community takeover, let's get into it. So first of all, I want to actually take a look at Basechain again and why. So when I had made that video, I didn't realize just how trash the meme scene was. I didn't actually realize it was this garbage. So everything just dies within like a day. So these are 15-minute charts, man. Like this is like what? It was dead in an hour? What? Like just over an hour? This one lasted for 2 or 3 hours. Woohoo! Like absolute trash. These are all so dead, so rug pulled that there's no more activity on them. Dead, 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 dead. Oh, and honestly, BLUBI was dead. And then they started, then the community started hitting up my Twitter. I was like, what the hell's going on here? They started hitting up my video. So, okay, all right. So there's a very interesting phenomenon here. There is a community takeover. So now BLUBI has started to come to life. And so the reason why I love BLUBI, so one of the things, this is one of the big failures, and I'm just gonna say it how it is, guys. Whether people like it or not, one of the big things that happens with this particular with Basechain, and I think this is due to some of the big influencers who talk about market caps, is $1 million. So this was the $1 million market cap. It got there. It kind of struggled to really break out of it. Then it just kind of died. Then it really died. So everybody cheated, and this is the problem. So with this ecosystem, because of the mindset of meme trading, everybody, as soon as they see this price start to go down, so I bought here. I was like, you know what? I'm going to believe in it. I bought around here, and anyway, it died. So I ended up selling again down here, I think, and then I bought again here. So there we go. That's my buy. That's my buy price. 168 market cap, 168K. It's at 112 at the moment. So it's like a 10x to that million. Now, the reason why these die is because everybody gets afraid that this is what's going to happen. This is the meme scene. So everybody's just like rushing out the door to sell their tokens. So this is really just what happens. But what actually happened with this, one of the reasons why I really loved it was it was unique. It was cool. BLUBI. It's a cool name, BLUBI. I love the name. Very, very simple. Cute little guy. He's flying in the sky. He's on his way to the moon. Look at him. Cute. Look at cute little BLUBI. He's dreaming of the moon. He wants to go to the moon. He wants to go there. BLUBI tokenomics. I just loved the website. I thought it was so well designed, so simple, so cute. And at the end of the day, very simple message. He just wants to go to the moon. He's a boundless spirit, and twinkling eyes reflect the luminescent allure overhead, guiding its journey through the vast expanse of wonder and whimsy. So very, very adorable. So the Twitter also was growing. So I liked it. It was like, I think it was a few hundred when I saw it. Then it was up to like 400 or 500 when I made the video. Now it's up to 600, but it's obviously like dead, but it's got the community takeover now. So very interesting phenomena. Now, this is the thing. It's not going to be easy. I'll be honest, in my opinion, it's not going to be easy. It's going to take some work, but hey, anything in life that's worth doing takes work, and it shouldn't be any other way. So there's a few things. So one of the things that the community has done, which is really, really good, is they've actually created a marketing pool. So this is really good. If you create a marketing pool and you put that pool towards marketing, that's really, really good. The thing is, people actually need to contribute to the marketing pool. So one of the community members who's taken over has created that marketing pool. He's pinned the tweet. So when you go to the Telegram, there is a new Telegram. I'll leave the Telegram in the link below. And basically what needs to happen is the deck screener needs to get updated as well. So people are redirected to the right Telegram. If anyone is controlling the BLUBI account on Twitter, they need to be, unless that dev is left or whatever. Like it can happen, but like I said, it's not going to be just a walk in the park just because we think it's going to happen. So we actually have to do the work. So one of the things that you can do to actually contribute to the marketing pool is learn how to take profits. Like nobody learns how to take profits. Everybody just wants that 10x, 100x, and that's why they keep losing, and that's why they keep cheating, and that's why everyone just keeps losing their money. Just get a 3x, take 50% off the table, get a 3 to 5x and take 50% off the table. So you've got your initial out, you've got some profit. You can put some of that profit into the marketing. It might only be 10, it might only be $10, it might be $20, whatever. And then basically what you're doing is that marketing pool is working towards pumping your bags. So everything that marketing pool does pumps your bags. So then, okay, what are some of the things that you can actually do with that marketing pool? So if I go to this, so one of the things that you can do is, where was it? So BLUBI here, deck screener. So sometimes you'll see ads here. So you can start to pay deck screener for ads. You can pay to get up here as well, where your token's going to be up here. I think you can also potentially pay to get trending. I'm not 100% sure on that, but you also need to start interacting with carefully and gradually with other influencers, bigger influencers. So for example, the CryptoKings, I'm going to leave their link below. The CryptoKings on YouTube. These guys are the meme goats. In my opinion, these guys are the meme gods. So they just they just knock it out of the park, man. Like the Moon King, IMB Roots, basically like an OG Shiba Inu, made his millions on Shiba Inu and just knocks it out of the park. So he's big call for this. He's got some big calls for this particular bull run. So I strongly recommend going there, learning how they think, and slowly peppering their Twitter, peppering their YouTube, because they will listen if they keep seeing it. But don't just say blubby, blubby, blubby. Like really be honest and sincere about why you think it's actually going to do well. You can pay for super chats on there to actually get everybody else to see it. So you pay $25 super chats, that'll get it on there. You can go on Shill Tank. So they do spaces on Twitter. That's called Shill Tank, where you'll get an opportunity to talk about it. You can pay for that opportunity. So it really depends how much money is pulled together. You can pay for that opportunity. And then there's lots of listeners who will come and pump the token. So you also want to be able to attract different kinds of YouTubers and influencers. And this is the way to do it. You want to also attract benevolent whales, because if you get some benevolent whales on your team, they're going to actually help support the price. But really, I mean, the meme scene is really, it's so short-lived. And it's a lot of it is luck. So you need to be actually creating memes to get in people's eyes, not just doing Twitter raids, like organic stuff, as in, one person makes a post, we do a Twitter raid. Like people need to organically and genuinely be interested about creating memes and talking about this and building around this ecosystem, creating merchandise. Look at whatever Shiba, Doge, what these big Peppy, what have they done? How did they get there? You have to think like that. How did they actually get there? Was it just luck? Was there a formula there? Really start to think about it. Really start to strategize about it. Really start to talk about it in the community chat. You got the video calls on Telegram. Get together in there and start talking about how you can actually build this up. Really start working together as a team, as a group, to actually help this grow. But also, again, as you do this as well, with the mindset of, I'm not just going to get rich, with the mindset of, I want to help other people get rich from this as well. That's the right kind of mindset. And not being a terrible seller. A terrible seller basically like waits for it to go all the way up, then dumps it and crashes everything. Take your profits bit by bit. Just take it out. Sell a little bit by little bit by little bit. Do things like that. There's also Buybots that you can do. So I know, like, basically, if I go back to this now, so these, actually, before I get into the Buybots, you also want to be looking at what are the biggest. Why is Brett so big? Why is DGen so big? Why is this close to 1 billion? Why is this over half a million? Why is Toshi so big? Why is Normie so big? Why is Dog in Me, Mochi, BlackRock? What is it about these? Start analyzing these. What is it about these that made them do so well? Was it situational? Was it circumstantial? Was it some kind of like bots that's buying everything up? Like, what is it? Is there whales in there? And if there's whales in there, how can you get in the hands of those whales? Can you go to those communities and start seeing how that they interact and start learning from them? It's really going to be this kind of a matter. If I talk about this as 100x, 100x means, I mean, I was talking about it from here. 100x means it goes to 100 million. So if it goes to 100 million, it starts entering into the big league with these. So it really needs to be looking at what Degen, Brett, Toshi, and Normie do. And finally, Buybots. So if I go down to, I'll go down to a smaller market cap one just to show an example. So basically, when you look at these, I don't necessarily want to rank it by value, maybe by volume. So okay, here you go. So this is absurd. So this one, Sam Basement Fraud, you don't want to see this, but this is what a Buybot is. So basically, it's doing all this fake volume, and the fake volume is what pushes it up. So if I, how do I get it just to look like it's normal? Because I don't want it to rank by volume. I don't want it to rank by transactions. Let me just refresh the page. So as you can see there, 4.3 million. It's impossible. It's just not. No, it's not happening. So I think this is the normal way of ranking it. I haven't ranked it by anything in particular, and it's still got my by liquidity 1000. Let's just get rid of that and let's apply the filter. Okay, so on the trending, you want it to be trending. And how do you get it trending? You get it trending with volume. And well, actually, pretty much this is almost organized by volume, because volume starts to push it up to the top. Then obviously, however Dex Screener ranks these, you want it to start pushing up here. So eyeballs, because there's a lot of eyeballs that basically just look at this all day, waiting for the next thing so that they can buy it. This is how I found BLUBI. I found it on here. So doing things like that. There's also skulls. So big crypto influencers going there, trying to talk to them. I know that community, there's like 20,000 people in that Telegram. And I asked, is a community takeover bullish? And they said, yes, it is bullish. So get into that community, get involved with that community. They actually pump the crap out of BSB. But again, it's short-lived. You need to figure out a way of not just pumping it so you can get money out of it, because I'm not interested in that. You need to figure out how to actually do this so everybody can win. And is it even possible with this? Personally, honestly speaking, I do think it's possible to pump. I do think it's definitely possible to pump. I think you guys can do it. If you really have the willpower, if you're really proactive, you can do it. But I don't actually think you can. I think the chances of it being long-term is also it's very rare, like your Doge, your Pepe, your SHIB. That's what I would dream of in this, and I hope you guys would dream of that as well. But honestly speaking, those chances are so slim, and it's not to put you off or anything like that. What I prefer to be on blockchains like Pulse Chain, where the memes are actually connected with other memes. So the way that the liquidity pools are working, they're all bonded together. So in this, so I'm going to go back to this here. So I'm going to show you guys why there's other chains that are so much better than this. If I look at BLUBI, so I type in BLUBI. BLUBI is connected with, come on, BLUBI, 2 liquidity pools. So in other words, Ethereum, it goes up and it goes down, and it's just sold in and out of Ethereum. When you are looking at something like, I'm going to do a Tropa here. So a Tropa is a token on Pulse Chain. If you look at a Tropa, and I'm actually going to open this up so you guys can see, these are the kinds of ways that you need to think about, like mathematically, how I can get this up. So it's bonded with all these different tokens. And this is just to name a few. So Teddy Bear, DAI, Pulse Chain, Pine, PTGC, more, so on and so forth. Headhunters, there's Serial, there's heaps. It's bonded with so many different tokens, right? And look at the kind of chart that it produces. Look at the longevity of the chart that it produces. And there's a very specific reason for this. So I'm going to go to the date. Here we go. So if this was on Basechain, if it's just connected with one pool, it goes up. I'm going to make that actually Give me a different color. Here we go. I'm gonna make that purple, nice and thick. So base, if this was base, that's it, game over, dead. But because of the liquidity bonding, it goes up. People are buying it, yes. But the liquidity bonding as this, so now this is the high here. Let me redo this again, actually, because this is more like it. So this would be the top. If it was base, it's like, oh, this is the top now. It's dead. But because of the way that it's liquidity bonded, it's created a floor. What does that mean? It means the tokens were actually burned. So they're sent to a dead address. That means if there's 1 million tokens in supply and 500,000 tokens get sent to a burn address, that means people are not going to sell those tokens. That means that sell pressure is removed from the market. And then that just means buyers have to come in to buy that price up. So there's less sellers and more buyers. So this takes a different kind of mindset to what you guys will be thinking as well. Then it's bonded with other kinds of tokens. So all these other tokens that it's bonded with, maybe they're doing well in this period. So I know during this period, there's a particular token, Pulse Chain, that it's bonded with, that's going up. And then because it's bonded with it, it's being dragged up with it as well. The price of a trope is being dragged up with it. So this is the kind of way that you guys need to think. But honestly, I don't even think it's possible to do half those things on Basechain because of how expensive it is to actually create liquidity pools. So that's a bit of a problem, but you can look at the idea of burn liquidity. But again, if you guys are looking for long-term sustainable things, honestly, yeah, Pulse Chain is much better. Honestly speaking, it's so much better. The memes are so much better. The culture is so much better. You're like, you don't have to stress every day about like, oh, just getting this quick one in a 1 day 5x, and then maybe you'll get it. Like you can buy something and you can walk away and things go up. And there's so many charts like that on Pulse Chain. It's like a whole different mind game. It's a whole different mindset. So honestly, guys, let's get it. Let's do it. BLUBI, can it do 100x? Like, I'm not saying it can. I'm not saying it can't. I'm hopeful that it can. I'm giving you all the things that I think could actually make it do 100x. You really need to get the word out there. It needs to be organic. You need to have fun. You need to enjoy it. And you need to not think about the money. Really think about other people and how we can help other people and how this ecosystem can grow. Do it from that perspective, and I think you'll do well. So with that, thank you very much, guys, and good luck. Let's do it together. Let's go, BLUBI, to the moon. Hey, we're going to help BLUBI get to the moon. That is the mission. Thank you very much.